Hello everyone. It's James again. And today I want to talk about something very important. And that is understanding yourself after narcissistic abuse. Or most importantly, once you've gotten free from a narcissist, and you are no longer in the setting where the narcissist in your life can abuse you. Now there might be other narcissists still in your life. Co-workers, boss, or even family members. As maybe you quit your job to get away from a narcissist boss. But you still have a narcissist family member that you are trying to get away from. However, I think this is more for those that were in long-term relationships with a narcissist. Especially if you were raised by one or more narcissists. Because here's the problem: when you were raised by one or more of these individuals, they were the first people you had any kind of contact with starting your journey out as a human being on this earth. And the goal of the narcissist parent or parents is to shape and mold you so you are a perfect being to give them narcissistic supply. And we have to look at how do they get supply from their children. You know, I've often said, some of these young kids out there that do some of the worst crimes on earth. It's possible. Not a for sure thing. But it's possible. They were trained to overreact. To be impulsive and act up and out in a certain way. Simply because the narcissist parent can gain sympathy along with having the satisfaction with knowing they destroyed another human being's life. Because at the end of the day, that's what all of these narcissists want to do. They are just trying to do it in a calculated way that doesn't leave a trail back to them. As being the mastermind behind it all. Now that is the extreme case that we just looked at. But the more run-of-the-mill but still horrible scenarios is what a great many of us faced. Daily gaslighting. A neglect to our needs and help to allow us to grow and find out who we are supposed to be. And to program us into chasing and them for their love and attention and fake care. And to get us to fall for their tricks again and again. You see, neglect from a parent or parents can make any child feel like they aren't worth anyone's love or care. And this feeling can grow within this person as they grow older. Even if they seemingly have high self-regard and high self-esteem. They might forget all about how they felt unloved. Once they find a group to belong to. Or a friend to spend time with. Or someone to possibly date and to develop what they think is a solid relationship with. But then this group starts to use the same tactics on this person as their narcissist parent once did. Or the person they are friends with or person they were dating. Starts to neglect them. That trigger feeling that can be overwhelming as it comes over this person. And after years if not decades, they wonder to themselves, who am I? Have you ever asked yourself? Or said to yourself, why does it seem I'm born to just take abuse from others? And this can make one confused of who they really are. Simply because they have yet to have a chance to explore life. And use their talents and skills to grow as a person. Simply because they have been battling narcissistic abuse in one form or another since they were a child. And this is where I start thinking about spirituality. You see, one of my subscribers mentioned something in the comments section on some of my videos. That she thinks that it's possible. Whatever was that was in my ex. And whatever it was that was inside my mother. Was possibly the same thing. That was jumping from one person to the next. All in the attempt to come after me. Now first off, I want to thank the subscriber that left that comment. And though I can't say if that assessment is correct or not, I honestly don't know. But I won't say no to that possibility either. How and what does this have to do with the topic today? Narcissism is a mechanism in itself that is to stop and stunt your ability to grow and become someone that you were supposed to become. Now there are those that say, you know, narcissistic abuse victims all think they are special. Blah blah and blah. And I say that to not say they are wrong to feel that way. But what I would ask, if that narcissistic abuse victim came into the world in a different setting, instead of being narcissistically abused, they were given care, love and direction. Even if they had the most average life around, they would likely have moments. Good moments in their life that were and are special to them in a good way. And possibly even special to others. Even the most average person can do something great and special that can touch others' lives. And the goal of narcissistic abuse is to stop all of that. And to turn the victim's life into a big mess. That the victim spends their entire life cleaning it up. Instead of thriving and growing and becoming. Narcissistic abuse victims, especially those that were raised in such a home, are oftentimes left confused and lost. Who am I? You see, even though we are individuals, and with our own unique soul, as it is said, God knows every hair on our head. But with that being said, when you belong to a strong loving family, you have a sense of belonging. And yes, I believe this becomes a part of your identity. Even if the person is a strong, very self-reliant individual. But when you figure out and realized what narcissism is, you quickly realize you don't have any family and you never had any family. And because even the most self-reliant person will have his identity somehow, some way tied up in his family of origin that he or she belongs to. If one's family vanishes out of thin air overnight, simply because one day you realized what narcissistic abuse is, can really be a mind screw and leave one confused. Much like Neo from the Matrix understanding what is the Matrix. This is where I think it's a good idea to work on little things about yourself to get to know who you are. Is there something that you were good at that you always wanted to see how good you could get at this thing? You might consider taking up this hobby. Ask yourself. Are you programmed to chase after people that disrespect you? This is one of the biggest problems most narcissistic abuse victims find within themselves. And something that can rule over who they are. So deprogram yourself on how to not chase people who treat you poorly. Does someone always say something mean to you that crosses the line? Or do they treat you super nice for a few months? Then out of nowhere, they say something hurtful and mean. All to repeat that same sweet mean cycle all over again. Or did someone come into your life, seemingly interested in who you are and your life, only to ghost you, and to see they are over across the street playing basketball? You can see they aren't sick. There isn't a problem. They just flat out ghosted you after acting like they are or were your friend. Not in all cases, but in a great many. The person is doing this simply because, for one, they know you take friendship seriously. Because after getting to know you, they believe and can see you are the real deal. That you care about people and you take friendship seriously. So they know, if they do all of the things that you would see as someone that is a friend to you, they know if they out of nowhere ghost you, and they let you see and know they are ghosting you, by, let's say, washing their car in the driveway across the street from you. Or you see them at the mall with other people, laughing, having a great time. They know it's going to on some level hurt you. Because your life programming is a person that is meant to be abused. Because that's what your narcissist parents programmed you to be. The other reason why they ghost or disrespect you is because they want to see what you are going to do. Are you going to chase them? Are you going to reach out to them and ask if anything is wrong? Or if you said or did something that got them to become mad with you, to trigger their ghosting? They are just looking for a response. A response they think has possibly been programmed into you since birth. Even if you haven't told them such a thing, they can feel it. So the thing you want to do to possibly find out who you are, is to start with the things you were programmed to do that serve the purpose of the narcissist. And you can start with working, not chasing people that constantly cross your boundaries, or that treat you mean. No matter how nice they were last week. It's not normal for someone to be loving and kind to you one moment, and the next they seem to take great pleasure by making you uncomfortable with treating you badly. It's not normal to be interested in someone's life and then ghost them, only to go off and act like that you never existed. Now it's their right to do that. It's indeed their right. But it's also your right to identify yourself as someone that doesn't go along with that mess. And the other thing you might consider doing is create options in your life. Meaning places to go. And things to do. Yes. It can be hurtful when someone lets you down by them treating you badly. It's okay to feel a certain way about things. Because you are loving. You want the best for others. And I think that's still an okay if not great way to be. But you have to want the best for yourself first. You have to. You just have to. Because you are no good to help others if you can't help yourself and you don't have it programmed into you. To develop yourself. Because truthfully who we are grows and develops. We learn and we grow hopefully for the better. I just think that many of us haven't had much happiness to look back on and reflect upon on our years growing up. And even as an adult. And we look back on that. And we ask ourselves. Who the heck am I really? Was I born to just take abuse? No. No, you weren't born to take abuse. That's not normal and it's not natural. That's what the narcissists want you to think. Because remember, with a narcissist you aren't supposed to have your own thoughts and ideas outside of what the narcissists want for you. That's one of the main reasons why you feel that way. So once you learn that your parent or parents never loved you, and that they were or are narcissists, know this. From their abuse they put you through. They wanted you to become so screwed up that you didn't even know who you were or are. So I say, figure out who you are. You owe it to yourself. And one way to start the process is to deprogram yourself. And no longer be that person that chases down people that don't want you in their life. Or people that mistreat you. There is strength in that. There is strength and character in knowing your worth. And taking the right steps to make sure you have things in place to protect that self-worth. And when you start there, I think you will start finding the blocks falling into place. Of you realizing the person you are is a person of love, care, and kindness. That's who you are. Trust me on this one. You are. So much so. Every narcissist that came into your life knew. And the goal is to get that caring and kindness to merge with someone that won't allow them to be mistreated. So they make a perfect symphony. And when you are able to do that, you will start to find out who you are. Because remember, we are always growing and getting better and better and better. At least that's the goal, right? Well, I think this is a great place to stop. Again, everyone, thank you for your donations. If you would like to donate to this small channel, every little bit helps. You can do so with the Patreon link in the description box below. I do really appreciate you all. Regardless if you donate or not. You all just being a part of this channel means a lot to me. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.